The FBI has launched a significant investigation following allegations that sensitive documents from Donald Trump's presidential campaign were stolen in a cyber attack, with Iran being named as the prime suspect. This story is unfolding against the backdrop of increasing concerns over foreign interference in the 2024 U.S. election, making it a pivotal moment in the ongoing drama of American politics. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. So what exactly happened? The Trump campaign came out and declared that they had been hacked by Iran, a claim that immediately caught the attention of the FBI. The Bureau confirmed that they are indeed investigating this matter, though the Trump campaign didn't provide any direct evidence linking Iran to the hack. However, their allegation came on the heels of a detailed report from Microsoft, which highlighted attempts by foreign actors to interfere in the upcoming election. According to Microsoft, one notable incident involved an Iranian military intelligence unit that, back in June, sent a spear phishing email to a high-ranking official of a presidential campaign using a compromised email account belonging to a former senior advisor. This kind of spear phishing attack is a classic method used in cyber warfare to trick individuals into revealing confidential information by pretending to be a trusted contact. But the plot thickens even further. It's not just Trump's campaign that was allegedly targeted. Sources familiar with the ongoing investigation who spoke under the condition of anonymity revealed that the Biden-Harris campaign was also in the crosshairs of this suspected Iranian cyber attack. These sources mentioned that at least 3 staffers from the Biden-Harris campaign were targeted with phishing emails. Fortunately, it appears that the attackers didn't manage to breach their systems, but the fact that they were targeted at all is a cause for concern. The timing of these cyber incidents is crucial to understanding the broader implications. The FBI has been investigating the Trump campaign hack since June, and there's a strong belief among intelligence officials that Iran was behind these attempts. The Trump campaign is adamant that these documents were obtained illegally with the intention of disrupting the 2024 election and creating chaos within the U.S. democratic process. Stephen Chung, a spokesperson for the Trump campaign, stated that these documents are part of an orchestrated effort to interfere with the election, a claim that only adds to the growing tension surrounding foreign meddling in American politics. On the other side, the Harris campaign has remained cautious in its response. While they've assured the public that their systems are vigilantly monitored and protected against cyber threats, they have not directly addressed whether they've identified any specific state-sponsored attempts to breach their security. It's a delicate situation, and the campaign seems to be treading carefully as the investigation unfolds. Iran, as expected, has denied any involvement in the hacking of the Trump campaign. This denial is in line with Tehran's usual stance, but it's worth noting that Iran has a well-documented history of engaging in cyber warfare, especially against nations it views as adversaries. Iran's cyber capabilities have been growing over the years, and they've been suspected of running several hacking campaigns targeting not just the Middle East, but other regions as well. And let's not forget the lingering tension between Iran and Donald Trump, particularly after the 2020 drone strike that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, a move that has made Trump a key figure in Iran's list of foreign adversaries. Microsoft's report provides further insight into the broader landscape of foreign interference in the 2024 election. According to their analysis, foreign malign influence concerning the U.S. election started off slowly but has been steadily increasing over the past 6 months. Initially, the focus was on Russian operations, but more recently, Iranian activity has come to the forefront. Microsoft pointed out that Iranian cyber-enabled influence operations have been a consistent feature of at least the last 3 U.S. election cycles. What makes Iran's operations particularly distinguishable from those of Russia is that they tend to emerge later in the election season and are more focused on cyber attacks designed to disrupt the election process rather than directly influencing voter behavior. This is where things get even more interesting. Microsoft's report suggests that Iran, along with Russia, may be equally invested in influencing the outcome of the 2024 election. This revelation is troubling, as it indicates that these foreign powers are actively working to undermine the integrity of the U.S. electoral process, each with its own agenda and methods. But it's important to understand what these odds really mean. Odds makers aren't necessarily predicting the actual outcome of the election. Instead, they're predicting how people will bet. The recent surge in Harris's odds is likely a reflection of the excitement surrounding her unexpected entry into the presidential race and the positive coverage she's been receiving. However, there are a few important caveats to keep in mind. First, while Harris is enjoying this wave of positive press, she hasn't yet provided many specifics about what she would do as president. The excitement over the sudden change in the election dynamic has undoubtedly played in her favor. But as the race continues, she'll need to lay out a clear vision and policy agenda if she wants to maintain her lead. The upcoming Democratic National Convention could be a crucial moment for Harris to solidify her position by offering a more detailed platform. Second, the dynamics of this race have already been upended once by an unexpected event, and it could, just as the political landscape was reshaped by Biden's decision to step down and Harris stepping in, future debates and other unforeseen developments could significantly alter the trajectory of the election. When Harris and Trump finally face off, it could be a game changer in this unpredictable race. Lastly, there's an interesting historical note to consider. According to The Conversation, a nonprofit news organization, the betting market favorite has only lost 2 presidential elections since 1868. However, one of those losses happened in 2016 when Trump defied all expectations and defeated Hillary Clinton. So while Harris's current odds may look favorable, history has shown that the favorite doesn't always win, especially when Donald Trump is involved. Now, let's move on to another major story involving Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Musk recently organized a live stream interview with Trump on X, formerly known as Twitter, which was supposed to be a big event. However, the interview got off to a rocky start due to what Musk described as a massive DDoS attack. For those who aren't familiar, DDoS, distributed denial of service attack, is a type of cyber attack that aims to overwhelm a server with so much traffic that it becomes inaccessible to regular users. Musk claimed that this DDoS attack was preventing the interview from going live as planned, even though they had tested the system earlier in the day with 8 million concurrent listeners. Despite their preparations, the live stream faced multiple crashes, leaving many users frustrated as they waited for the interview to start. Some listeners were stuck listening to hold music for about half an hour, while others were met with complete silence. The stream eventually began about 10 minutes after the revised start time, but it was clear that the attack had caused significant disruptions. Musk apologized for the delay, explaining that the DDoS attack had saturated all of our deadlines and that hundreds of gigabytes of data were involved in the attack. However, he didn't provide any details about the origin of the attack or why it specifically targeted the Spaces feature, which was being used for the interview, rather than affecting the entire Xtour platform. This raises some important questions about the nature of the attack and the broader implications for free speech and political discourse. Musk suggested that the WWO's attack was a sign of opposition to people simply hearing what Trump had to say, but without more information, it's difficult to draw any definitive conclusions. What we do know is that there were no reports of mass disruption to the Xtour platform outside of the prepared live stream with Trump, which adds another layer of mystery to the situation. This entire episode highlights the growing challenges of hosting political content in the digital age, where cyber attacks and technical issues can quickly turn what should have been a straightforward event into a chaotic and controversial affair. As we move closer to the 2024 election, it's likely that we'll see more instances like this, where the intersection of politics, technology, and cybersecurity becomes a battleground for influence and control. In conclusion, the 2024 U.S. election is shaping up to be one of the most contentious and unpredictable in recent history. With allegations of foreign interference, unexpected shifts in the political landscape, and the ever-present threat of cyber attacks, both candidates and voters alike are navigating a complex and rapidly evolving environment. Whether it's the FBI investigating a possible Iranian hack or Elon Musk battling DDoS attack during a live stream, these events underscore the high stakes and intense scrutiny that define this election cycle. As always, we'll continue to keep a close eye on these developments and bring you the latest updates as they unfold.